Hey, what's up guys, Bobby here, and today we're beginning Worldwide Tournament 42, and let's just get to it. And to the point is that big news that Barcelona did not qualify for this tournament, so that is big news. But so far, the first game is San Lorenzo versus Liverpool. Let's get to it. And San Lorenzo hit a 2-0 victory, doing good in the Worldwide Challenge. They're now in the Worldwide Tournament. Up next, Crystal Palace with Pau and Chetri versus CSKA Moscow. Let's see who can win. Can Pau win his first Worldwide Tournament? Can he do it? But no, it's a 2-1 victory for Moscow. And Crystal Palace walked away for another tournament. And now Fenerbahce versus FC Seoul. It's going to be... And FC Seoul get the victory, but and Dominique didn't score, so that sucks. Ooh, a Portuguese league matchup in the first round. Porto versus Sporting. This should be a very easy win for Porto, and it's actually the 2-1 victory. Up next, the surprising team that qualified was PAOK from the Greece league. And here comes Man United. And a 3-0 victory for Man U. Tottenham versus McCartan, pretty much. Harry Kane versus McCartan. And they go to penalties. And it is a 5-4 victory for Tottenham. Up next is Chelsea versus Inter. And a 3-0 victory for Chelsea. Chelsea's defending champions. AC Milan versus Real Madrid. Real Madrid barely made the tournament and they lose 2-1. Up next is the first time appearance for Cruz Azul from the Mexican League versus Man City. But they lose 2-1. After this, AS Monaco versus FC Bayern Munich. And Monaco defeats Bayern Munich. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are out. So we're gonna have a big chance. This is a big chance for every team to win the first or second title. I mean, FC Basel, and they beat Seattle Sounders. Team from Switzerland beating us. And next is Roma versus Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund has a big chance to win the tournament, but they lose to Roma, a 1-0 victory. Up next is PSG versus Juventus. Juventus went 3-1 against PSV. Up next is Ajax. A 12 tournament absence from Ajax. They're going against Arsenal, and Arsenal wins 3-1. 2 goals by Alexis Sanchez. Up next is PSG versus Celtic. Celtic also did well in the World Challenge Cup, but this time PSG wins a 1-0 victory. Up next is Lokomotiv versus Benfica. Scott Sterling scored a goal last tournament, but can Scott Sterling win a third title? And Benfica's on their way with a 2-1 victory against Lokomotiv. So far, let's look at the round of 16 matches. PSG versus Benfica, man, they keep getting all these hard-ass matches. But if they win this whole thing, that shows how strong a team they are, which they already are. They have proven many times in Europe that they are one of the best teams. So we'll see if they can prove it in a virtual world. Up next is San Lorenzo versus CSKA Moscow. Just for this match, San Lorenzo is trying to advance to the semifinals, but 3-1 victory stops San Lorenzo in their tracks. Up next, FC Seoul versus Porto. And Porto gets a 2-0 victory. Up next is Man United versus Tottenham. And a 1-0 victory for Man United, goal by Juan Mata. Up next is AC Milan versus defending champions Chelsea. And a 3-0 victory for Chelsea. Three 1 victory for Manchester City. Next is FC Basel versus Roma. Roma wins 1-0. Up next is Juventus versus Arsenal. And Juventus wins 2-1. Up next is Benfica versus PSG. And they go to penalties, and PSG wins in penalties. And now we go to the quarterfinal matches. Up next is Porto versus Moscow. Moscow gets a 3-2 victory over Porto. Up next is Man U versus Chelsea. And Chelsea gets a 1-0 victory. Up next is Roma versus Manchester City. And Manchester City wins 3-0. Up next is Juventus versus PSG. PSV beats Juventus. And then we go to the semifinals. Chelsea versus Moscow. And PSG versus Man City. Let's get to the matches. Since it's the final four, we'll be watching the whole thing this time. Let's see. And Chelsea gets a goal by Diego Costa. Nothing much happening to the second. And Musa ties the game up. The 60th minute in. 2 yellow cards for Moscow. 75th minute in. 80th minute. 85th. And Ivanovic. And Eremenko gets a 2-1 victory. Gets the last minute goal. The 80th minute. And CSK and Moscow advances to the finals. Who will they play? Man City or PSG? Nothing much. And Bonnie gets the goal. Two nothing goal. 2-0. Let's see. It doesn't matter. And Man City will play against CSK in Moscow. 2 goals by Bonnie. Helps Manchester City advance to the final against CSK in Moscow. Here we go. Moscow versus Man City. Both of these teams, I believe, are looking for the very first worldwide tournament. I'm looking at the list of champions right now. Yep, both of these teams are looking for the very first title. So who's going to win? Both of these teams have been to the finals before. I think this is Manchester City's 3rd time, and I think this is Moscow's 2nd time. See, Moscow, Yaya Toure getting yellow card, and then, I don't even want to try to pronounce that name. Gets the goal for CSK Moscow, and they take the lead at the 50th minute. And a 2-0 from Eremenko. He gets CSK Moscow, but Fernando gets the goal for Man City. Is it too late? It is over. It is over. CSK and Moscow have won Worldwide Tournament 42. And that is the first time that CSK and Moscow have won a Worldwide Tournament. Wow. That was a good tournament. I'm just recording the list of the final game right now. 2-1 victory for CSK in Moscow. Save. That is it. Okay, so that 2-1 victory. So CSK in Moscow. The player of the competition was announced was Musa. Wow. I'm sick of the top goal scorers. Oh wow, only 4 goals were the top goal scorers. 4 with Bonnie. America got 3. Top assist guys, Musa got 5 assists. That helps too. Nothing else to it. That has been Worldwide Tournament 42. So yeah, congratulations to CSK Moscow on the first Worldwide Tournament championship title of Worldwide Tournament 42 title. Let's see what they can do next time. Peace.